all. Yeah, I mean, shit, it could be any switch up as you want. You want to do one?
Yeah, let's do that. I think we found a match.
I think we found a match.
What was your best threesome experience?
Oh my God, I just recently had a great airtight scene. Oh my God, it was so good. It was like one of my favorite airtight seats for my OnlyFans. Wow. Yeah, it was awesome.
Okay, I want to watch that.
Yeah, I did amazing. We're releasing it May 23rd, actually, which is Friday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Me too, actually.
What do you think? How much money should a guy make so that a woman can feel comfortable?
Well, I think that's going to be an individual, conversation. I think we have to be realistic. If the woman, I think both people need to be comfortable. I think you should probably look at your own financial situation. And if it's not doing so well, maybe you should work on that and look for a partner after that's all settled and actually comfortable.
Yeah,
if you're relying on somebody else to be financially supportive, I just think that's silly.
Would you provide?
But I'm very independent, so.
That's a good thing. Mm-hmm. Would you provide the money for a guy?
No, I think what I would look into a partner is someone that can actually match my characteristics, my energy. There should be some type, I would like personally, I like that person to be just as successful as I am, because if they're not, then they're going to be up my ass, and that's not going to work because my personality is not going to want that. And I think people need to have financial conversations if you're getting serious in relationships. I mean, it's, some people are going to make more than others. It's not always going to be equal, but understand where you are in that, and be honest and realistic about it. Yeah. I don't think people just get in relationships and think it's just going to all work out. You got to have some real conversations, sex, finances, where you really want things to go, so that you're not just, spending months wasting your time with someone who doesn't have the same goals and aspirations and inspirations as you.
I'm totally on the same page. What is the biggest bedroom mistake a guy can make?
I'm sorry, the biggest what?
The biggest bedroom mistake a guy can make?
I think the biggest bedroom mistakes a guy can make is not listening to their partner, not taking cues that, they may be showing physically. Either they're uncomfortable or maybe, they're loving it, on all perspective. So I think communication on both partner sides need to happen. Having a sex talk, beforehand. Don't expect your partner to do porn star tricks. Unless she wants to. I mean, there's some girls that love reverse cowgirls, and go for it, girlfriend. But or expecting the squirting thing. If the woman's not comfortable, she's not going to squirt for you. Unless you want her to piss all over your face, then I suggest she drink a couple Pedialytes and get on with it. But it's just true. Yeah. But I think the biggest mistake is just really the lack of communication among partners. If you don't know your partner and what their likes and dislikes are, and that again is a very honest and vulnerable conversation. And if you can't have it, maybe you shouldn't be fucking.
Word. Are you into dominant men, or are you the dominant part?
I play a lot of dominant roles. So when I look into a partner, I wouldn't say he would be dominant. What I like is a masculine man that is emotionally intelligent. That's a turn on. Because then I'm going to feel safe to put me in my feminine energy, and then I'm going to be receptive to the love and the abundance that will come in from that type of relationship.
And what do you like in bed?
Oh, I like all kinds of stuff.
What do you like most?
I love my pussy eaten. Little fingers, like on that, done in a minute, I have no stamina with that.
Good for you.
I'll turn around and go to sleep. Bye. Got my nut. Yeah, and I think also what I like, I obviously I love that physical, but what I also like is actually getting to know my partner, and getting them off is kind of a turnoff. When you get to know and you're like seeing their excitement and their expression, and then all of a sudden you get them to climax. Maybe that's the dominant side of me. I think it's fucking hot, and it's going to turn me on. Yeah.
How long should a man last in the bedroom?
However it's going to last. I think like this whole they got to last for hours is ridiculous. My pussy's going to get sore. Like, what are you doing? I'm not saying that people don't enjoy that either, but for me, like, sex doesn't always have to be exceptionally long. It can be, I've had great quickies. if you come first, then okay, great, make me come. Like, it doesn't have to stop when one person just gets their nut. That's silly, right?
Is
Why do we
foreplay?
even think that way?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
I don't know.
yeah, you come inside me, eat it out.
Listen. Is foreplay important to you?
I think foreplay should be important. Yeah, I love foreplay. It's hot, and foreplay can start with an intimate conversation. It can be over dinner, having laughs, and then it becomes, the light touches, the, behind the ear, and the caressing of the neck, the clavicle. All those things are like hot and sexy, and it's all started that intimacy that leads to the heavier foreplay. And take time with it. Take time. I mean, if you want to get if this is, for lady, if you want to get your lady open and receptive and super wet and even possibly squirting, foreplay is a great place to start, because you're going to learn her body and how her body reacts to how you're touching her or saying things to her. Some people need the audio, some people just want to be physical. But yeah, that's where you're going to get your starting point if you want to really get a home run.
How often do you like it?
What, foreplay?
Sex in general.
I could have sex every day, a couple times a day. If it's with the right person, the right vibe, or you're at an orgy. Fuck it. As long as you're tested.
Yeah. Test yourself, guys.
I think, it's remarkable to me, like, how many people, like, we get tested all the time. Like, I probably get tested 10 to 12 days, and I don't even wait for 14 because it's going to land on a weekend or a holiday or I'm traveling. So it's surprising to me when people, like, talk to me and I ask them, like, well, when did a civilian, when did you test last? Either it's, I never have, 6 months ago, I did a year ago. It's crazy to me. And I'm like, oh, okay. So get tested out there, folks. Have safe sex.
Do you believe in love?
Yeah, I think love can happen. Absolutely. I think, some people fall in love, many times over and over, maybe even in a day or over a lifetime. Some people fall in love once and that's all they have. And that's great for them. That fills their need and fills their cup. I think you just have to, it's a personal thing. I'm definitely one of those people that I fall in love with people, places, and things all the time. It has nothing to do with always sex. I just had this memorable, amazing, phenomenal experience either with that person or that place, and why not fall in love with that?
Are you in love right now?
A little bit, yeah.
And to how many people did you say those words, I love you?
I probably have said it, quite often. I don't know, I haven't really said it that often right now. So.
Do you still love them today?
Yeah, I think there's, I think like when you love someone, I don't know if that goes away unless they treat you like total shit. Then you just get indifferent, and that's it.
Do you see yourself more in an open relationship or monogamy?
I tried monogamy and did that, and I did self-sabotage in those relationships because I was just not comfortable with. I wasn't listening to myself. I was listening to what I was supposed, what everybody else does. So for me, I like an open relationship. It requires a lot of honesty, which, a lot of truthful, vulnerable conversations, which also requires a special person to do that with. And not everybody qualifies.
That's true. It's a lot about communication, about honesty, about being open.
Yeah, I'm big on honesty and communication and comprehension. Because you can talk your ear out, but if the person's not comprehending on the other side, it's not working. Yeah.
What is the biggest mistake a guy can do when he wants to approach a woman?
Show off and act dumb. Like, oh my God, so this guy wanted to take me out on a date. And I was like, okay, you don't really seem my type, but I'll entertain it. Maybe I'm wrong this time. And it was just like the constant bragging about like 8 figures and all this weird bullshit. I'm like, dude, I make that too. I'm just not sitting here bragging about it. And I drive a Jeep. Who cares? I think that to me is a big turnoff. Like, I'm not interested in that. That doesn't make you a good person just because you make a certain amount of money in your bank account or any of that. You could be a real fucking prick, and I don't want to spend any time with you. But I think that's just a big turnoff. When someone tries to show off or flaunt their money to me, it is an instant no. Yeah. It's ugly. It's just like, because if you really have money, you don't need to show it off.
Yeah. And do you have a tip for a guy who who sees a beautiful woman in the street and wants to talk to her?
Be yourself. Be yourself. Be vulnerable. Open up. Be a little funny. Girls, I mean, I think most women love a little laughter. Oh my God, if a guy can make me laugh and like does that for me and makes me giggle and, you know, just with his own authentic personality, not someone who's just trying to tell me jokes, but just with their personality, it's endearing. It's going to set me into a softer self, if that makes sense. And it helps take down like those barriers, you know, like sometimes we put walls up because you're like, okay, what the fuck does this guy want? But you know, if you come in and you're authentic and you're being just yourself and being a little silly, and even if it's awkward, fucking love it. I'm awkward as fuck too.
Yeah.
Like,
I love weird and awkward stuff.
yeah. And to me, I recently came in contact with someone and he's absolutely a phenomenal, endearing human being. And I'm just like, just because he's himself.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Guys, be yourself. Did you ever fake an orgasm?
Oh yeah, of course I have. What woman hasn't?
Yeah. True.
Oh great, get off of me. No, when the sex is bad?
Yeah, so why did you do it?
The sex was horrible.
Okay.
Horrible. Oh my God. Like I was just like, this is no fun for either of us at this point. Like I can't even, I was just like, okay, we're done.
Do you think he noticed?
I don't really care. I don't.
And what does it sound?
If you don't notice your girls have given you fake orgasms, and you don't know how a girl orgasms. Period.
Period. What does it sound like when you fake it?
I just make a lot of noise. I try to do Kegels. I do Kegels and make noise.
Do you think size matters?
No. I think what matters more is how someone treats you. Not all big dicks are great. Some big dicks are wonderful, and then, not all small dicks are bad either. I mean, shit, I finger myself. That's a pretty small dick if you think about it. Yeah, I think it's just, again, that's a personal choice. For me, it doesn't 100% matter. I do like to feel it, but it also doesn't need to like put me in the hospital kind of thing.
So there is a
I don't need to have frozen peas on my shit to calm it down. You know what I mean? I call it because we all rate dicks and stuff. And I have like a boyfriend dick category. You have your smaller boyfriend dicks, you have your medium-sized boyfriend dicks, and then you have your like the 9-inchers, which is more large for a boyfriend. Most boyfriends are about 6 inches, maybe reaching 7. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, boyfriend dicks are great because you can put them on all your holes and fuck a lot.
Yes, that's what we want.
Yeah. You go beyond that, then it's like, okay, honey, let me get the lube, let me get really wet. Sometimes I don't know. Smaller ones make me come more, I think. I have no idea. I'm going to test this out later.
I love you. Where do you like him to finish?
It's really just kind of how I'm feeling that day. Sometimes, my favorite is anal cream pies, but I'm not always doing anal. I'm not one of those people you couldn't slip it in right now. That'd be an issue. Had way too much coffee, but I love cream pies. I also have a breeding fetish, I guess, as I gotten older. I'm like, breed me. I don't really want to be bred, but I like it, So cream pies are my favorite, but I also don't want to do that with everybody. But it also just depends. Sometimes I'm like, finish on my ass. Like if you're in doggy, I'm not going to turn around to catch it in my face. Just throw those ropes on the back. I want to feel it here. You're here. I want to feel it up here.
Spit or swallow?
I'm not a quitter. So, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, good answer.
Not a quitter. Unless it tastes really bad, then I'm like, what the fuck did you have?
Oh, yeah.
Like, stop it.
Pineapple.
Yeah. Like, it's crazy because whatever you put in your body is definitely going to come out in some way or shape or form. So you can get it down and you're like, your diet sucks. Are you juicing, sir? That's some acidic shit. Give you a fucking face peel without trying.
Do you know your body count?
I have zero idea what my body count is. I have no idea. I think what also people have to realize, in porn alone, you're really working with the same people over and over and over. And then once in a while a new dick comes in, but a new guy comes in the industry and woo, new dick. So I think everybody thinks our body count is this ridiculous number. It's not. I don't think, not everybody, but I would have no clue. I mean, I've got
a range.
God, I started fucking and I was in the military. I was a whore. I was probably more of a whore before the industry. Just come on, fellas. I have no idea.
Do you think it matters?
Absolutely not. Yeah, that's another thing. Don't ask people. Like, I couldn't care less what your body count is. Don't ask me what mine is. Why are we discussing that? Why don't we, like, I'm not with those people now. I'm with you. So let's have that conversation. Like, what do you like with sex?
It's so individual.
Yeah, and to me it doesn't matter. I think it's a weird, immature question to be asking people. It's very immature. There's no maturity about asking somebody's sex life that they had before you. I mean, a little sexual history is always nice, a little bit maybe, when you get deeper into a relationship, but off the cuff, no. Does that make sense?
Would you date a virgin?
Well, potentially. I mean, I've never been offered, but potential. I'm not going to say no.
Okay, final question.
I will turn you out.
Final question. Who are you and where can we find you?
I am Alexis Fawx. That's Fawx. I'm on Twitter, Alexis Fawx. Look for the blue check mark. Instagram is Alexis Fawx Live. Look for the blue check mark. My OF is foxfans.com, or I'm also known as the Massage Mistress. So there you go.
Awesome.
Enjoy.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Yay, that was fun.